What's good, y'all? It's Frankie. It's been a while since I actually came and talked to my YouTube fam. So a lot has happened, and I want to keep it as raw as possible. As raw as possible. So the reason why I've been away is simply because I actually own an agency. If you don't know me or just know my background, I do run an email marketing and automation agency. And since I posted my last YouTube video, I actually, by the grace of God, was able to accrue 4 clients in that time span. And it's been very focused, just trying to get those clients upstanding, obviously make do on my word, make sure I deliver for them. And in that time, it's just been, just constantly in the weeds trying to grow my agency. And that has been a blessing. But in that time that I've actually been away, I've got to see a huge landscape of just technology change. And that was only about what, 2.5 months I was away from actually uploading YouTube videos. And obviously in my community called AAN, or AI Automation Nation, you got to join. And it had me reflecting based not only in my industry but also in technology in itself. And I prepared like a mini presentation for you guys to just show you the direction that I'm now taking this YouTube channel, and that I will be taking pretty much my life and my business, which is part of my life, towards on this new journey. And so I'm calling this next chapter Building to $1 million in Profit. And really, it should be called Vibe Coding to $1 million in Profit. So I can give you a background about myself, but first, let me just dive in into this presentation. From here on out, it's just going to be very raw. I'm going to show you guys just how I'm thinking live, how I'm trying to build live. This is almost like borderline streaming Twitch type stuff, you know what I mean? But YouTube, this stuff for me is people it's easy, kind of lives forever. And yeah, let me just walk you through what I've discovered. So vibe coding versus NAN. So if you guys aren't familiar with this term vibe coding is essentially just talking to AI in natural language, and basically AI is coding for you, but you're just telling it what to code in the sense. It has its pros and its cons. Too much to talk about in this video. I'll probably highlight a few. But yeah, vibe coding has really taken its shape over like the normal citizens of the world, not just coders. Versus NA, that's pretty much what my YouTube has been built on so far, and like the 4 videos that I posted. And NAN is just a low code, no code type builder where you can build automations and AI agents essentially from this like what we call IDE, or just like this small canvas workspace type of setting. And I was able to build, quite a few AI agents and automations within there. I also use make.com. I also use Zapier. I built plenty of automations with those. And yeah, NAN was great for quick one-off projects. They were great for micro tasks, great for building, these systems of AI agents, and obviously great for building automations. And as I mentioned before, NAN, Make.com, and Zapier are very popular with those. And it's been technology in the way AI is advancing right now. I truly believe those platforms will become obsolete unless they change. Obviously, they'll iterate and get better with the times. That's just what great platforms do. And I think all of those platforms are pretty fucking great. And yeah, I truly believe that this new wave for us normal citizens of vibe coding is going to take over, because I'm able to talk to these AI and these platforms and build something like this with a snap of a finger. So, for example, I literally built an MVP of an app multiple times of different use cases in less than a couple of hours. With something like NAN, even Zapier is more so automations, but yeah, you can build like, some sort of agents in those, or you can use it to communicate and make.com. You have to really, you have to really be able to just understand fundamentally how to build things before you build them. With vibe coding, you can just tell it what to build and it builds. Now, there are some cons with that, meaning you don't understand the infrastructure, and that could actually hurt you long term as you start to scale and just truly understanding things. You should understand fundamentally how apps and how technology works and how to scale before you just try to offer it to the world, because then your things could break. But yeah, that's something I noticed. It's like, do I want to be on the side of building things and building automations and AI agents, or would I want to be on the side of actually building things in a way that the times are changing, like you're going with the times? And so yeah, that's kind of where I was at and what I've tried to understand while being away from, making my YouTube and just trying to tell you guys, teach you guys stuff. Because my thing about just creating YouTube, guys, is I want to build a community where like we actually get shit done. Like we don't just, I don't want to be one of those YouTubers. I'm not one of those YouTubers that just talk about things. No, like I actually build stuff in your face so you can this too. I am a normal human being. I feel like there's too many times where we see YouTubers that, obviously they might have great wealths of knowledge, you know what I mean? But they're not building anything. And that causes, honestly, you can tell some of the YouTubers that don't really show themselves building things, but the way they talk and the things they talk about, obviously they built some things. So, yeah, that helped me reflect a lot in my time away, kind of the future, what I just kind of explained about. Coding is becoming more accessible with generative code. Part of the reason why we're able to use these low code tools to build AI agents and stuff is because they're built on a coding background. And so if we're able to harness these tools where you're able to code, but without really understanding fundamentally everything about code, then we're able to build some dope stuff in the future. And so this makes building AI automations or any type of software the easiest it's ever been. And it's just amazing to me the pace at which we're accelerating technology. You can now give a 14-year-old kid that knows nothing about coding, give him a platform and say, hey, build something. And they say, create me an app that allows me to play tic-tac-toe, and the AI will create it. With AI agents, you'll be able to do that in the future, but how dope would it be to be able to build an AI agent with just generative AI code, just telling it, hey, put me an AI agent. So fundamentally, you should understand how to build these things, I believe, for myself. And again, everything I'm talking about is just kind of like a reiteration to remind myself. I'm never that type of person. Um, I do believe though we're moving into an era of builders where anyone can build, and so it will make some of these low code builders obsolete. So if you look throughout time, you had to be able to code in order to build something, and then we moved into a low code space where you're able to, you know, kind of understand code and then just really build stuff from there. But you don't have to really, like code word things word for word. And then we moved into a no code space. You just drag and drop stuff, right? And now we're moving into a generative coding experience where you're just telling it in natural language what to build and it'll code it for you. So we're moving into an era of what I believe is called builders. All of the top thought leaders in this space that actually live and breathe this stuff every single day and have been here before the 2022 release of ChatGPT. They believe we're moving into an era of builders, and I can see fundamentally that we're moving into an era of builders. And so, again, this made me think to myself, which side do I want to be on? Do I want to be on the side that is on the low code side, which I understand you still need that aspect, but also you need an aspect of how to use these generative AI tools to actually build stuff. So as you know, I just mentioned I built a handful of AI agents and automations, well over 20 plus in my time. Not enough to consider myself an expert, but well enough to say, hey, I made a lot of mistakes and I've learned from those mistakes. And I know what to do for building smaller projects and what not to do. And I have a long way to go though. And because of my business, of my agency, of being able to help e-commerce owners and being able to serve them on the agency side and Basically, I was able to identify some gaps in my market. And so this led me to believe, hey, I know some gaps in my market. I fundamentally understand how technology works in a sense in this ever evolving space. Why don't I take this knowledge and build something for the space that I'm in and then all the other dope ideas I have next? And so you're probably wondering, who the hell am I? How did I end here? I told you about 5 times already. I do own an agency. So again, we work with e-commerce brands for email marketing and automations. I got 4 clients within 3 months for this niche. And also what made me think about this as well is industry is changing so fast. Eventually, my agency, what I do, which is provide emails, SMS campaigns, it will be phased out. These software companies that I partner with, that my agency is an official partner of, the Klavios, the Omnisends, the Yotpos, the Postscripts, they are building their platform to harness this AI energy or AI just this power. And eventually, even though they do partner with agencies, they have to move in the direction of AI agents. And what do AI agents do? It's a 24/7 level worker that can build autonomously and do what you want autonomously for forever. So imagine this space where you could build emails straight out 24/7 and schedule them in their software, and they don't even need an agency. Again, we're probably not a year, probably multiple years from this, but longevity, I have to think longer term. Also, I failed 6 times at business. Since I was 16, I always started businesses. I did work corporate for a period of time after college, and I just couldn't help myself. Like, I always had to start a business. And this year has been my best in business so far. Like I mentioned to you, I have 4 clients in 3 months. And, by the grace of God, I was able to basically make as much as I made at just one of my corporate jobs I worked for a month. And, you know, I can see how it's a similar rat race to be able to accrue clients and achieve clients. And I just believe being in that aspect of software and servitude in service is kind of the best opportunity. And lastly, I've never seen an opportunity like this to be a builder of your own future. Yes, technology, TikTok, all the social media and all that, like that's cool. But I believe now we're harnessing the technology to be able to build stuff that is in our mind, not just, showcase ourselves in a camera. So I believe this opportunity has just allowed us to build all of our ideas, and I want to document. Lastly, I quit many jobs, and I was let go of my corporate. I was a product manager and a QA engineer and software engineer for an IT consulting company and a startup for my first 3 years out of school. And that's where I actually got my experience in technology. I went to school for business, and I, I hated it. I hated it. Came out, worked for a bank, and it taught me some things, but it just wasn't for me. As a whole video in itself. But I realized that technology was coming. This was back in 2021 when I graduated, the end of 2021. And I just started noticing the way technology is shifting, So the first company I joined was straight out of school, was a bank, a financial bank. And they were actually, the department I was in, they were building an app in 2022 to replace some of the low analyst level duties. And that just sparked in my mind, like, hey, technology is coming. This was, again, back in 2021 before ChatGPT was released. And I quit like 4 months later, just a whole slew of things, and start pursuing my passion in business. Started up a clothing company, failed at that. And what I really count as failure is just learning from it. I didn't just fail, I learned from it. So yeah, technology has always been involved in my life from since I was a kid to actually, trying to work and find a job out of school and in school and starting a business. And so, yeah, that's me. I changed a lot here. You can see here, I lived the life where I was working 2 corporate jobs at once. I was making good money, and now I was let go back in 2024, and I've been running my own business since pretty much, man, since 2024. And I just moved back in with my parents. Like, you guys are getting the raw. I'm living back home with my parents in order to chase my dreams and build my company. So I want to share this with you guys. I'm just saying, pretty much fuck it. Like, let me just showcase and document this. So this isn't just for you; it's for me to showcase the progress. Already in 2 months, I was able to get 4 clients. Some worked out, some are still on, and now we are in the next chapter. What's next? So I am starting a vibe coding challenge for the next 45 days. I'll be posting a video 2 to 3 times a week, building my application until MVP. And you're probably wondering, what the hell is this application? Do you think I can just build anything? No, I've been in this industry for about a year, close to a year now, of the e-commerce email marketing space, and I have noticed some gaps. And I spoke with a few possible end users, and the idea seemed to be attracting to those people. People that have worked at some of these software companies that I provide solutions for. I'll give you guys the real and the whole idea closer to the MVP release. That way I can put my money where my mouth is and just not just talk. You guys will see me build this for the target audience, which is e-commerce owners, and then also retention marketing agencies who serve e-commerce brands. So it's 2 parts. And lastly, I refuse to join a regular job again. So, like, this is all I got. So I have no choice but to show you guys the real. Like, I'm legit sleeping on a twin bed back at home, like completely different a year from where I was at. I had my own place, sleep with a roommate, but I had my own place. Like, it was completely different. Working a job, everything was all kosher, but it's completely different now. Next, like I said, I might as well share an actual intentional goal and teach others in the meantime. So my hope with this is to show you guys how I build in public, and hopefully inspires a few of you, like, hey, someone like me, or someone that's close enough like me, or someone that isn't like me, but they're building something, maybe I can do it too. And just to be clear with you guys, I am not a software engineer by trade. I legit have been learning everything from scratch online. I have not went to school for this. Everything you've seen with N8N, everything you will see me build from here on out, it's just me learning on the internet, talking to other people, just getting my expertise up, paying my dues, paying my 10,000 hours. And yeah, if we don't adopt our critical thinking skills, and if we don't like continually help each other in our community to pretty much grow ourselves, I truly believe we'll be cooked. I don't want to fearmonger, but yeah, no, I think we will be cooked, because these companies are expecting us as workers, if you're a 9 to 5 worker, all the way down to if you're just a freelancer or you own your own business. People are expecting us to do more because of this technology that we have. So we need to be more efficient. Long gone are the days where we're putting in 15 hours. Like, no, we have the technology now where we can put in 7 hours and be just as efficient of actually putting in 15 hours. And that is the ability to use these technologies. So this video is going on long now, so quickly I'll just finish up the road to launch. So number one, I am building a web application, and this web application, again, is just going to serve e-commerce owners and actual retention marketing agencies like myself to actually, I'll give you guys a little secret nugget, but it's essentially to help them with their email marketing and SMS marketing. And this is involving actually utilizing AI and utilizing actual interface. So my road to launch is, I need to set up authentication. So I need to get user management under control and connect to the UI. I actually have built the UI in a small, like, fundamental working piece of the UI so far. I'll show that in another video. But I need to set up authentication to make sure, like, once someone signs up, the user management is under control and they connect to the UI. Then I'll configure the Vercel.io, probably set up Vercel.io and ensure when publishing UI works properly. Again, I'm learning this all on the fly, so you're learning this as I learn this. So Vercel is, from my understanding, just like a shippable platform where you can ship your product. So it's like a web hosting surface where we could have our UI live on. So I'm going to have my front-end UI live on Vercel as I ship that to the world. So that's when people are interacting with my app, it'll pretty much be hosted by Vercel, and I will also host my staging environment there. Again, this is a community, so if I'm wrong about anything about this, or you can help my understanding, let me know. I'll share that with my followers. I'll share that with myself and continue to learn. But guys, I'm not afraid to take correction. Let's communicate with each other. Let's build together. Let's just do dope shit together. Next, I need to set up the APIs. So all of the data I'm intaking that's important for e-commerce owners and these these brands and these agencies, we want to ingest that API of all that data, and then we need to make sure it's working properly. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually put that into Supabase. So our backend is going to be Supabase, and the UI and data should be working together. So the next step is just after we integrate all this, we're just going to make sure the data is working with the UI. Then we're going to test and debug. And then lastly, which is going to probably be the part you guys most care about, is get as many users as possible. And we're going to do that through X. We're going to do that through LinkedIn. We're going to do that through Facebook ads. We're going to do that through partnerships with other SaaS owners in the industry and other agencies. You guys are going to see me try to build and release this in 45 days from scratch. 45 days. And my goal within that 45 days is to get at least 100 users, 50 agencies, and 50 e-commerce brands. You guys will see me break down the actual business architecture of how I'll be charging these people. You guys will actually see me try to build this stuff out. There is no other co-founders in this software, guys. It's just me. I am the CTO. I am the CEO until we can get money coming in and hire an expert in those fields. So let's do it. I'm excited. I'm geeked. This is the, like, other than my agency, guys, this is the only thing I have left. And I have God, I have my family, I have myself. But in terms of my dreams, like, this is the only thing I have left. Like, I'm just gonna go so hard to make this a reality. And if you're excited, if you want to follow along, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please comment. Please share this with a friend and family. Please make this dream of mine known. And it's part of your dream too. Like, if you want to be a part of this dream, you're more than welcome. And if you really want to be a part of the community, join the community, the AI Automation Nation community. This is 206 members so far. We're growing so fast. Most of these members I joined when I was earlier on within the first 5 videos, but now we are kind of controlling the community. And this community, we're only allowing builders inside of it. So if you want to follow along, if you want to be a builder, or if you want to just follow along, please join. Here we'll be able to teach you just about APIs, about other stuff too as well. We're building out more courses within it, but our goal within it is just not to be a course builder. Our goal is to have a community of builders. Like, we have to have a community where we can actually build dope stuff. And that is my inspiration, is like to weed out the people that just talk and just have a community of people that actually build. So you'll see that by me building this in this 45-day challenge, and even after these 45 days, I'm gonna still be building this, because this is the thing that is, I believe and I know, and I have it in my gut, that will take me to the next level, is this app that I'm building, is this web app. So follow along, guys. I'm gonna make this presentation live on my YouTube, so you can just view it whenever you want. But yeah, subscribe, join the community, stay tuned for the videos that come out, and for you guys to be a part of the ETP community. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe and stay dangerous.